Switching to guns. One last chance. You can do this!
2022's finally coming to an end, and oh boy, what a roller coaster of a ride it's been. It was a year filled with some commendable content, while at the same time we had to witness some of the most traumatizing visuals some big studios had to offer.
I'm the bad guy!
Anyway, I actually found some hope in the future of cinema, because there were some genuinely great movies with some pretty badass scenes, something that's very rare in the modern generation of filmmaking.
I'm vengeance.
The TV Regent's all about celebrating these works of art, so in honour of all the brilliant individuals who worked their guts off this year, I give to you my top 10 most badass movie scenes of 2022.
You know why I'm here.
I didn't say anything, all right? It wasn't supposed to go this far.
If I'm here, it's gone too far.
There are some really creative minds out there, because the premise of this movie is pretty insane. Imagine you're an assassin on the run from a dangerous criminal organisation, but the catch is that you're suffering from memory loss. Yeah, that sounds like the perfect job for Liam Neeson. I'm usually against the idea of typecasting, but come on, you just know that Mr. Leeson's made for this kind of vibe.
I will find you, and I will kill you.
In this scene, Liam's character Alex threatens Ellis for a flash drive so that he can figure out who his next target is. Now, you'd imagine that the man would be pissing his pants considering he's in a pseudo-Taken kind of situation, and you would be absolutely right. Alex even lets him know the stakes when he says,
If I'm here, it's gone too far.
Yeah, my man's all about self-awareness. I actually started laughing when Ellis tried to pull a fast one on Alex because, come on bro, that man has a very particular set of skills.
Happy retirement, Maury. No one comes to save you, good guy. I'm not the good guy. I'm the bad guy.
Dark comic book adaptations seem sure to be the way to go for Hollywood now, isn't it? Samaritan's an offering from Prime that surprisingly didn't try to appease any modern audiences and did alright. Politics aside, it was a pretty decent flick with the kind of twist that would make even M. Night Shyamalan scratch his head. The scene I'm focusing on is when Joe takes down Cyrus's goons to save Sam. And yeah, I know it feels weird to see Sylvester Stallone still doing the same thing from his Rambo days.
This room has been pacified.
Things get a little tricky when Cyrus channels his inner Thor and smacks Joe with his hammer, but that's when he reveals that he's the bad guy and not in a Billie Eilish kind of way. I loved how they froze the camera on his hand stopping the hammer, because it reminds me of that Hela scene in Thor Ragnarok, but with the roles reversed.
Have a blast.
Pina colada?
The curse of the big screen video game adaptation has stuck with Hollywood for ages, and Uncharted carried on the tradition in 2022. Don't get me wrong, I mean I personally thought the movie was okay, but I can understand why fans of the game got so mad at it. So I'm just going to stick to one scene that looked pretty badass to me. Nate and Sophia are busy infiltrating a bar, but a grumpy old dude gets in their way, so Nate's got to channel his bartending skills to attract him. Tom Holland's forced to land a few jokes, but I'm going to let it slide.
Okay, I got it. Sex on the beach.
Because I'm sure the man's revealed to be off Spider-Man duty for a bit. What I did like though was the way he totally owned that moron with a smack of a glass. The whole fight scene in general was unique and somewhat educational too, because now I know how to defend myself in a bar.
Treasure hunting, dirty business. Thanks. See ya.
All hail the ultimate Sigma male, Ryan Gosling. Yeah bro, I know you're playing a Ken doll later in 2023, but at least you gave us this scene to remember you by. We've all seen fight sequences on a plane, so it should come as no surprise when we see something similar happen here in The Grey Man. However, I've got to point out that there's something about the way Ryan acts during his fight, because it just seems so personal. I'm not going to highlight how he dominates a whole group of attackers at the same time, but I will shout out how he practically stole another soldier's parachute later when the plane crashed into the sea. Look, I know the Russo brothers might not have achieved much after Avengers Endgame, but I do feel like they should take the W for this one particular moment.
just stab me?
If I told you that I saw a ladybug killing a wolf, you'd call me delusional, wouldn't you? Only thing is, you'd be wrong, because I speak the truth, and not in a Kanye West kind of way. Bullet Train was one of those weird features where you didn't really know what to make of the film even after watching it a couple of times. Anyway, I'm here to focus on a fight between everyone's heartthrob Brad Pitt and the current king of Spotify, Bad Bunny. The battle's actually the side note here because most of the time, Ladybug's just trying to figure out who Wolf is. You could call it a comedic badass scene, but in all honesty, that final visual was a bit too brutal. I mean, sure, Wolf was going hammer and tongs at Ladybug, but you didn't need to do him dirty like that.
Let this be a lesson in the toxicity of anger.
Also, where on earth does all that strength come from, Brad? You still mad at Pete Davidson for stealing your girl?
Wasabi.
Let's see Paul Allen's card.
Like, share, and subscribe right now
Oh my god, it even has a watermark.
so that the TV region can protect you from other Mr. Steal Yo girls. Alright then, let's see what else 2022 treated us to. Prey was a breath of fresh air into the Predator franchise because, quite frankly speaking, it desperately needed a rejig. Now, I'm not saying the film was perfect or anything like that, because I still have a lot of reservations regarding the Predator's strength levels being heavily reduced in the final fight scene. However, I'll give credit to the moment where Naru tricks the humanoid monster into killing her bait just so that she can shoot him in the head from behind. See, this was a perfect moment that could have ended with the Predator dropping dead right there, but I guess the guys at Hulu wanted a final fight scene to copy from Arnold's epic encounter way back in 1987. And just so we're clear, that film will always be the best one out of the series. You disagree? Come at me, bro.
Come on. Do it. Do it!
A24 is the kind of studio that likes to bend your minds with some extremely twisted stuff. I mean, this is the same production house that gave us The Lighthouse, Get Out, and is going to produce 2023's The Idol with The Weeknd and Lily Rose Depp. So you'd be forgiven if you didn't know that they actually made one of 2022's most heartwarming films, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Michelle Yeoh might have finally gotten the recognition she deserved in this movie, but my focus for this entry is Waymond Wang, who takes down 4 security guards using nothing more than a fanny pack. He kind of redefined the whole idea of masculine weapons with this one, and his comic timing went as smooth as butter with the stunt choreography. Now this is how you make a good multiverse film. Take notes, Disney, Doctor Strange 2 was a huge letdown.
Why are you Mom?
I'm not the Wayman who wants to divorce you. I'm the Wayman who is saving your life. Now you can either come with me and live up to your ultimate potential, or lie here and live with the consequences.
I want to lie here.
Setting time to target, 2 minutes, 15 seconds.
2:15, that's impossible.
Top Gun Maverick is the highest grossing film released in 2022. Well, maybe Avatar The Way of the Water can beat that collection, but James Cameron will have to wait to see a bit if that massive budget can be recovered. Anyway, Tom Cruise has proven Gen Z ain't nothing on him, and I don't just mean that in real life. For example, consider the test he makes for the training circuit in the movie. Everyone thought it was impossible to nail, but our man Maverick acts like he's the official ambassador for Adidas and gets it done anyway. The scene is shot impeccably well, and I want to remind you again that a huge majority of these sequences were created using practical effects. Can you even imagine how good movies can look if you actually put in some effort rather than just relying on the CGI?
Too late, you had your chance. That's a kill. Go see Hondo about your push-ups.
I got two!
Ah yes, the curious case of Robert Pattinson and the weird eyeliner returns once again. Look, The Batman's a great movie, and I kinda like the conflicted version of Bruce Wayne too, so no hard feelings, bro. Now if there's one thing this Batman can do, it's drive, and he shows it off with full effect once he faces off against an unrecognizable Colin Farrell. You know exactly what I'm talking about, don't you? It's when he pulls out that surprise mother lover card against Penguin when he drives out of the explosion. It's a great example of action mixed with the neo-noir elements this film was trying to reproduce, and I for one am a huge fan of it, which is why it lands at number 2. So what's number 1, I hear you say?
You guys realize I'm still here, right? You gonna time me? How the hell am I supposed to get out of here? You goddamn sons of bitches!
And I am his
You forgot that this one came out in 2022, didn't you? The Northman isn't a perfect movie, but it's definitely a nice lesson on how modern art should be constructed. The tone, pacing, brutality, and even the sinister themes went really well with the overall narrative of the film. Of course, the most badass thing to happen is when Amleth finally makes the big reveal to his uncle Fjolnir and savagely announces that he's his father's vengeance. The fight that follows is pretty solid, but I'm not even considering it for this entry because the way in which Alexandra Skarsgård delivers his line is literal perfection.
I am Amleth the Bear Wolf, son of King Arvan and Warraven.
Robert Eggers is quickly establishing himself as one of the modern greats, so I can't wait to see his take on the iconic Nosferatu as well.
How do you know it's your son's heart and not the heart of a rabid dog killed 2 nights ago?
And that's my list. Hope you found it worthy of your tastes. Here's hoping that 2023 gives us even better content, and you can let me know what you're looking forward to in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe because 'tis the time to be merry, and head over to my description for exclusive links. I'll see you next time on the TV Regent.